Ladies and gentlemen,
Planet
Game
Club.
Club.
Oh, Planet Club.
Planet Club,
Yeah.
yes. Planet Club. Each week, we play a video game. We play a
Yeah.
chapter or a
Mhm.
segment or a timed interval of that game.
We do.
And then we talk about it.
Yes.
It is a game club.
Yes.
You are more than welcome,
Uh-huh.
and we highly encourage that you do play along with us and
Yes.
discuss the game as we play it.
Yes.
This, of course, we're of course playing Control, which everyone should have because you got it for free at some point with Epic.
It's free
or
everywhere.
It's literally free.
I think it's
everywhere.
on sale on Xbox right now for like $8.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Yes, we just wrapped chapter 6
Last time.
or last time we're on 7.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Face of the Enemy is the
Face of
one
the
we're on.
Enemy. And yeah, you can post about your experiences in the Discord or live with us as we are recording
Yes.
on twitch.tv/StreamBoyPod. And the link to the Discord is down below. There is a forum post with the game for you to share your experiences. And we will read them out live on the air.
Yes.
Because we're on the air.
We are.
That's
Through the
literally what
airwaves.
the internet is called, the air.
Is it? Oh, wow. Okay. That's
Yes.
cool. I like that.
And so we're on the Face of the Enemy.
Yeah.
That is the chapter.
Yes. The last chapter we went to Dylan, our brother's containment cell to find him, but he's broken out. Somehow we passed.
Yeah, just went right past him.
He went back
probably
to
took the
where we
shortcut.
came from.
He took the elevator
Yeah.
and we went the roundabout way.
He came back from he went to the base area where we passed him in the night.
Yeah,
Somehow.
the executive area.
So the point of this chapter is more or less to go to talk to Dylan, see what's going on. But before I did that, I was like, wow, there's a lot of side quests right now.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I better go into the clocks because Mikey T went into the clocks already. So I better go into the clocks.
Yes.
So I went into the clocks.
Yes.
So to get into the clocks, you have to go through the hotel, the casino hotel, whatever.
Yeah,
Pull
there's
cord.
the clock puzzle.
But like, I don't even know if they're puzzles. Like they're just like.
Yeah, well, they're kind of puzzles, but kind of not.
They're like, oh, there's
like
a clock here on the counter. It has a time on it. If I go in the room, I can change the clock on the time on the clock.
How?
I went
It
up.
was just spinning, and I was like,
Well,
okay.
I hit the B button and it stopped around the right time, and that was good enough.
Oh, yeah. I was just looking at it. I'm like, okay, what's happening? So I just backed out because it was like B to back.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
It would sort of stop near it, and then it would be the right time, basically.
Yeah. I just went back and I did the whole sequence like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I did it one time, and I'd stop and be like, oh, I went too far, but it didn't matter. Because when you would open the door again, it would just be correct. So I only I went through each one, and then I opened the first door again, went in, and I didn't do that one close enough, so I did it again, and then it was like bing, and then the keys were on the counter. So
yeah, because I went to the clock on the counter, it would spin. I'd be like, okay, is it gonna stop? Back out, go into the door, like spin.
The one on the counter? Oh, I never spun the one on the counter.
Oh.
It had a time on it.
Oh, didn't it spin?
So I looked at the time, went in the room, pressed the button, and it would start going, and I would stop it near the right time.
I thought the one on the counter spun.
I didn't for me, but maybe it did for you. I don't know.
Things are weird in this game.
Yeah.
It probably didn't spin, and I'm misremembering. I don't know.
I had the glitch again where it didn't play any audio for the cutscene because I'm like went into the room with Dylan, and she's just looking at him, and their lips don't even move because there's nothing playing. And they're looking at each other, and I was just like, fuck, he's not playing the audio again. So I had to like exit out to the desktop, quit the game, restart.
That was your conversation with Dylan?
I mean, once I restarted it,
yeah,
I could see it.
Then there was a conversation.
Yeah, then it actually played. But yeah, I went into the clocks, and I was like, yeah, there's a lot of clocks laying around here.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Did some fighting,
Shot some clocks at people.
So as I went in there, I had already unlocked the quest to... See, you did it before you went to the Panopticon.
Yeah.
I did it after I went to the Panopticon.
Yeah. Makes it a lot easier.
So I had also unlocked the quest to tame a bunch of altered items.
Yeah.
From Langdon.
Yeah.
And one of them is the paper lantern.
Ah.
So when I was in the clocks, the paper lantern was there.
Oh, okay.
And I took care of it.
Ah.
Was the paper lantern there when you were in there? No? That sucks.
I mean, it's a short trip back there.
I know it is, but it was just like, as I'm doing it, I'm fighting my way through, and it's like, oh, there's a room, and I have to fight all these guys, and I was like, oh, I have to break off the shield of the paper lantern, and I'm throwing stuff at it. Oh, I didn't know it was a paper lantern.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's just like a thing with all like, and I'm like, I have to cleanse something. So then I throwing other clocks at it, it's not working. And I'm like, oh, there's like a barrel over here. I throw it, explodes, blows everything off of it. And then I'm like, oh, it's the paper lantern.
Ah.
So I took care of it. And I was like, I wonder if the paper lantern was there for Mikey.
Nope, sure wasn't.
Sure wasn't, eh? So yeah, I made my way through there fairly easily.
Yes.
But when we get to all the way out, we had to rescue the guy, Frederick, I think, because his buddy was injured.
Yeah.
And we have to take him
go
to fix
inside and get the medic out.
Yeah, to fix his buddy. But then we get to the buddy and the hiss is taking over the buddy.
Yeah.
I just juggled that guy.
Yeah.
He could not do anything against me because I would just throw things at him till my energy was gone, and then I just pulled out my machine gun and, and he's just like, and I just, it took a little bit, but he couldn't even attack me one time. It was pretty funny. Because I'm just destroying this guy's buddy, just trashing him, and then Jesse's like, "Oh, I should see how he feels about his friend here." And I was like, "Sorry, I shot your buddy 1,000 times." But it was pretty cool going to the clocks, anyways.
Yeah,
seeing all those clocks laying around.
Did you go back in
afterwards to the clocks? No. Why would I go back in?
Okay,
maybe I did. Okay. What's going on in the clocks?
There's a boss in the clocks.
Was it the anchor?
The anchor.
Oh, I did go back in.
You did go back in, yeah.
Yeah, I fought the anchor.
A lot easier to get over there when you got levitate.
I didn't even know. Wait. It was in the clocks?
Yeah. Yeah. You go through the clocks and there's a little area.
Because I didn't do it when I had the guy with me.
No, you go back in.
Okay. Then I did. I did fight the anchor.
Because that's what they went in there to deal with, was the anchor.
Right, yeah, and then Langdon was like, oh no, he said, Frederick or whatever said, like, oh, we were supposed to take care of the anchor or whatever.
And then when you come out, you're like, I should remember to take care of the anchor. Take care of that item. And
actually, now that I think about it, I didn't go into the clocks first. I went into the fridge first.
The fridge?
Yeah, you didn't do the fridge? It's one of the ones in the Panopticon where the guy's like,
the guy's like,
I can't stop looking at it. I gotta do it. I can't stop looking at it. So I went into the fridge, and because the guy gets like eaten by the fridge or something.
Yeah.
And in the fridge, you're just in the astral plane, and there's just a big
wormy boy,
like sandworm or something like that that's fighting you. It was funny. Like as I'm playing it, our friend the Bavarian Gamer is in the chat, and he's played through the game, so. He's like, don't forget about the fridge. Like, no, I'm doing the fridge, right? So then I go in the fridge, and he's like, good luck. And I'm, whatever. I just start grabbing stuff with my throw, and I throw it at him, and I hit him first time. He opens his eyeball at me or whatever. I'm dodging around, and he's just like, how are you doing so much damage to him? I was like, well, my throw is like almost fully maxed out at this point, so that's probably how. But I beat him the first try. He's like, it took me like 100 tries to beat him. So I beat him first try, but I didn't even know that he was knocking holes in the platform. After I beat him, I'm like, oh, there's holes I could have fallen into now. Oh crap.
There were holes?
Yeah, when he would go like, and hit with his tentacle or whatever, it was knocking little holes in the ground. Yeah.
So I beat him second try.
Oh yeah.
And I cheesed the hell out of him second try.
How'd you cheese it?
He can't hit you if you're in the sky.
Oh, you were flying?
No, you just stand on one of you stand on one of the pillars and he can't hit you.
Oh, no, I was just on the ground, just like running around. And every time he opened his mouth, I'd throw like a boulder at him or whatever.
I sat on the pillar. Every time he would do his thing, I'd levitate up a little bit, wait for his eye to flip back over, shoot him in the eye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he couldn't hit me.
Nice.
It was hilarious.
I like that. So what else did I do for side missions? I tried to do all of the Langdon ones with like the paper lantern and everything like that. I couldn't find the stoplight though, so I didn't finish it.
I only did the book.
The book?
Yeah.
Which one was the book?
The book was in Lost Letters.
Oh, Dead Letters?
Dead Letters,
you mean the letters. No, wait.
Yeah, it's probably letters. I thought it was a book and the pages you had to go get.
It was 3 letters. It was 3 letters.
Yeah, that one was super easy.
Yeah, you just had to stand where it was going to go and pick it up. Yeah, I did that one too. But as I was going through the dead letters, I was like looking at the elevator. I'm like, oh, there's all letters falling out of the elevator. And then I was like, oh, that's why it's called Dead Letters. Because like I just assumed the area was Dead Letters because it was like their communication hub.
Yeah.
And it was the nickname for it, Dead Letters. That's where like the mail room is and everything.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, it's like the clocks. That's where all the dead letters from this other dimension come from.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. It took me this long to figure this out.
That whole room is just crazy. It's like
Dead letters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that office little area. Like I didn't know you could go even up, even higher.
Yeah, I was fucking around in there because I think I had to fight someone or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, I wonder if I can go up higher. So then I'm levitating up. I'm like, oh, there's all sorts of shit up here to look at.
Yeah.
And there's all these files, and you find the file, and it'll be like, oh, here's the file about like a picnic basket. I'm like, oh, I saw the picnic basket in the Panopticon.
Yeah.
But I noticed that on the like thing telling you about this altered item, on the right, it tells you where it is. So it'll be like, it's on level 3 of the Panopticon in cell 12.
Ah.
So I was like, oh, that's so cool that that's like that. I found a lot of things about Alan Wake this time.
I only found one.
Oh, really? Which one did you find?
When the hall, in that one room where the hall kind of twists over.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Alan Wake?
So there was that. Maybe you don't remember it. You probably heard it, but there was like Jessie's like psychiatric.
Oh, yeah.
So she talks about a poem she likes from Thomas Zane.
Yep.
That's the author that Alan Wake like wrote about. And the woman's like, I looked up Thomas Zane. There's no author by the name of Thomas Zane. There's a director that came to America in the 60s, but there's no author. Maybe you created this poem. And she's like, no, I didn't create this poem. I know this poem. So it's like, okay, so in this dimension, Alan Wake is real? Because in the game, Alan Wake is like, am I real? Or was I created by Thomas Zane? Because Thomas Zane says, like, I wrote you when he's in his, like, diving suit or whatever, you know? But they talk about, like, how there was an altered world event in Cauldron Lake, and they found Alan Wake's wife, and they got a call from Barry Wheeler. That's how they got onto Cauldron Lake.
Yeah.
And all this crazy stuff, and about people that died in Cauldron Lake and whatever. So I was like, oh man, there's so much about Alan Wake going on in this.
Yeah. I only found the one. I wonder where the other ones were. Because I did skip a lot of reading in this one. The only things I did read were all the stuff, the psychiatric evaluations with Jessie and Dylan.
Oh yeah. When they would talk about the ordinary. Yeah. And how the dung monkeys were coming from them and stuff like that. Yeah. It could have been in other areas with other side missions too, because I went all over the place doing stuff. But I went all through the Panopticon trying to find the like traffic light. I could not find it. Huh. I have no idea where it was. What else did I do? Oh, so I was going in one area, whatever. I think it was maybe in the subway going towards the ordinary dump site and everything.
Yep.
And I went into a room and there was a chest, right? And I opened it. And as I was like walking in, my reticule like locked onto a chest or something. Like, you know how it'll show you to pick it up or whatever. And I was like, oh, it's behind the wall. I'm like, oh, there must be a way to get around, there's another chest, right? So I'm looking all around and I'm like, oh, I can't really tell of a way. Maybe there's a stairway that goes down and up or whatever. And I'm like, I don't really see how I can get through there. Yeah. And then I was just like, wait a minute. And I did the force melee attack and it blew a hole in the wall that you could go through. And I'm like, there's fucking hidden doorways in this game? Yeah. I had no idea.
There's that was the rooms everywhere.
First one I ever found because I never used that ability. Yeah. The only time I use it, I'll be like in an office space and I'll be like, look at all these papers fly everywhere.
So not all the secret rooms you need to, bust into. There are some secret rooms that are like high up or
those ones I know or whatever. Yeah. But I did not know that you could break the walls. Because anytime I would go to a wall and I'd use the ability, it would just put a scratch on the wall or whatever.
Yeah, I guess some of them you can smash into.
I was like, oh my God, how many of these have I missed? Because that was literally the first one. Yeah. I remember seeing that chest too.
I don't think I melee attacked at all.
Well, there was one in the room and there's another one behind the wall that I broke in to get to. I also did the side mission down below the research center in the fungal area. Did you do that one?
I don't know.
You should do that one.
I might have done it.
It's the one that what's the other woman's name? Not Eden, or not, what's her name? Not the blonde-haired one, but there's that other woman that we rescued.
Marshall?
Yeah. She's like, where's my friend has disappeared. She's Dr. Underhill. She's like at the bottom of research. She's dealing with fungus or mold. You should go down there.
I don't know if I've done that one yet.
Well, it's a bit of a spoiler, but when you complete it, she might give you a pill that makes you immune to fungus.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I definitely need to go do that.
So you can go into those fungus rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
So her quest involves you going and grabbing samples of fungus, giving them to her. She makes a pill, and then you can go in and down and whatever, you know? Because I got that, and I was like, oh, I can go in all those fungal rooms now. I'm like, where were they? I don't know.
Yeah, right?
There's a lot of things where I'm like, where was this? Because I remember early in the game, I saw a hole in the wall that I was like, I know you can go in there, but I can't get up there yet. Yeah. And then I got levitate, and I was like, fuck, how do I... Where was that? I remember going down into something, but
yeah,
I don't know where it was, right?
Yeah, there's so many places to go back to now that we have all these new abilities.
Yeah. So the other thing too is when we were rescuing Frederick from the clocks, I'm looking around and I'm like, oh, level 9. There's level 9 clearance? Like, what the fuck? So I'm like, when do I get level 9? I don't even have level 6 quite yet. And I rescue Frederick, and I'm like, he has level 9 clearance?
Frederick's got level 9 clearance. You're just the pleb director.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we get level 6 clearance when we go talk to Dylan.
Yeah.
And then we can go. The whole goal after we talk to Dylan is to go to the ordinary section where they're keeping a slide projector, which is how all this started, basically.
And Dylan is... Oh, he's a little messed up. The hiss have got to him. He somehow manages to control...
Not really, though.
A little bit of the hiss. Well, he's not like completely insane, but he's insane.
I think it's more like the hiss is just sort of evolved a bit, and because of his powers, he can be less hiss-like.
Yeah.
But he's just like, oh, you're Dylan's sister. And she's like, great, he's talking in third person.
Yeah.
Because it's not really him, you know?
Yeah.
But he, you know... He's off the rails for sure. Did you talk to him afterwards? Because you can talk to him like 4 more times.
No, I didn't.
And he'll just be like, oh, can I tell you about a dream I was having? And she'll be like, again? Yeah, okay, tell me about a dream. And he'll be like, don't you think it's weird that like our names, Jesse and Dylan, they could be like boy or girl? Like, you know, maybe Jesse's a boy's name and maybe Dylan is a boy's name too. I had a dream where we were one person named Jesse Dylan. And I'm just like, wait a minute. What's happening here? Because, like, Jesse's also a little, well, maybe not messed in the head, but who knows? Maybe she is messed in the head.
Maybe.
Maybe Polaris doesn't exist.
Well, there's a whole thing. There's a whole transcript of Dylan just yelling at someone to shut up.
Yeah.
And I think that might be Polaris in his head.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe that's Jesse in his head.
Maybe
Jesse doesn't exist. Maybe Dylan doesn't exist. Who knows? I think Jesse exists. Oh,
yes.
And I finally got another outfit for Jesse.
Yeah, finally.
But as you get it, all the other control points in that area, it won't let you change your clothes.
No, you have to be back at the start one.
I was like, fuck, I finally got one. So then I finally get back and I'm like, oh. So I'm wearing the P7 outfit.
Yeah, because, spoiler alert, you're P7. Jesse is P7.
I mean, that was the
Dylan's
plan,
P6.
was her to be P7, but they didn't have her. But you go into a room where it's like, oh, they've been following her for however long. So they got pictures of her from whatever. They have her whole itinerary of her traveling to New York, and they have all of her like psychiatric recordings of her like psychiatric assessments she's done privately and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy anyways. But yeah, we have to take, we want to go to the ordinary lab to get the projector that was where they were going into other dimensions and where they met Polaris.
Yeah.
And as you go to get it, you find all these like interviews of them as 11 and 10-year-olds where they'll be like, oh yeah, we would, you know, we had the projector and then we went in the projector and we went to this place called the Meadow, and it was really like, you know, it smelt weird and I had really crazy dreams when I was there. I didn't really like it. And then we found out our other friend would go there when we weren't with him he was like going all the time, and then they stole the projector, and the not mother was giving them milk or something like that, and they turned into these things we called dung monkeys, and then all the adults disappeared from the town, and it's just like crazy.
It was extremely messed up reading this stuff. I was like, oh my God.
I know. And the other thing too is like, okay, Jesse lived as Jesse Faden from 11 to X amount of years old.
Yeah.
Trying to find her brother, while the Bureau of Control was also like, we need to find this Jessie girl. But she didn't like take on a false name or anything.
No, it would have been very easy for them to find her.
15 years or 20 years or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was just like, something's rotten with this here. I'm wondering if we're going to find something out later. But I like that they had a little diorama of the whole city.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Little, quote unquote. It's pretty big. Pretty big, so, like, city diorama.
Did you see the house before you got into the area? Because when you're above it, in a room leading to the area you have to go to, there's like, it's all black, but you look through the window and there's just the glowing red house. And I was like, what the fuck is happening down there?
Didn't see it.
Yeah, it was very weird. But you have a little fight in there and you kill some dudes. And then we keep going and we're going to the dump area.
Yeah.
And there's literally the whole dump from Ordinaries there.
Yeah, they pulled a lot of the material from the dump to the lab.
Yep.
And Jesse's like, how did they do this without anyone noticing?
Well, the oldest house is connected to the New York subway.
Mm-hmm.
So they trucked it in on a train. And there's an article you find talking about ghost stations and ghost trains in the New York subway system and how they're real.
Yeah.
Because they're going to the oldest house basically to deliver stuff. Because they delivered a fridge and not a fridge. Why did I say fridge? They delivered a plane. There's a whole plane in there. And then the whole dump from Ordinary is there. But I went into the dump from Ordinary and you come through the door and you can either jump into the dump or was it the dump area? I think so. Or you can climb these stairs to go up to the top on the catwalk. So I was like, well, I'll go up top first. So I'm walking around looking and you go far enough along and all the enemies spawn. But I'm like 3 stories above them. Mm-hmm. So I'm just raining debris down on them. And it was just like the easiest battle. They couldn't do anything to me.
Yeah. The boss murked me over and over again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I could just get 2 shot.
Oh, really?
Maybe even 1 shot, depending.
Yeah.
On how I get hit. So I actually would spawn the guy's junk back into the lab area.
Oh, yeah.
And then just killed them as they slowly walked in.
Oh, yeah.
And then the one boss guy, he was a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah. No, this up top, it was fucking easy.
Yeah. I did go up top first.
Yeah.
But got murked.
Really? Wow. Yeah. They couldn't even hit me up there.
Once the boss spawns, he has one of the guys in the chairs as well with him, and they just fly around.
I just throw shit at them till they die.
I can never hit them.
Well, you have to do 2 in a row really quick. You throw one, they dodge, and if you throw another one after, they'll get hit every time. Yeah. So, anyways, did you find the album in that area?
The album?
Yeah, like a album cover.
No.
Yeah, one of the junked cars, you can search it, and there's an Old Gods of Asgard album in there, which is the name of the band from Alan Wake. You know, the 2 old Viking guys.
Yeah, nice,
that's Old Gods of Asgard. So we finally get to the thing, and then of course there's a video from Starling like, I've moved the projector to another area. Sorry,
it's not here.
Next mission.
Yeah, he was very panicked, very sweaty when he was saying that. There's a new area that was set up just for the projector.
Yeah, through the ashtray maze.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna do the ashtray maze this time. We haven't been able to get through it yet, so maybe something's changed this time.
Did you get the jukebox token?
I did.
Did you go to the jukebox?
I did not.
You go into the jukebox.
It's okay. Before you say anything, it sounds like to me the jukebox is like challenge mode.
It is challenge mode.
That's kind of what I thought.
So when I went in there, I did the single thing, right? And there's a bunch of islands you need to clear.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it.
No.
I was just getting dead over and over again. But you cannot leave the jukebox until 20 minutes is up.
What?
Yeah. The song plays for 20 minutes. It's when you talk to what's his face, it's like, the song pulls them out once the song is done. And there's only one song.
Yeah.
And it plays and it pulls you out once it's done.
Yeah.
So I was like in there. I just kept on. I'm like, screw it. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around like, oh, I can't get out of here.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I just put the controller down, waited for the 20-minute countdown to end, and then I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
It is not easy.
I'm going to try it out. What level were the guys?
They're like 4 and 5.
Okay.
But when I was playing it, it was like plus 100% hit points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the highest level I've fought so far is level 9.
Wow.
And that was just a few guys. I think it was in the fungal area. But they weren't really that hard.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, oh my god, they're level 9.
There were a lot of the stupid invisible guys coming at me.
Oh yeah.
So I would just die and be like, okay.
There was one of those guys that spawned on the way to Ordinary in the like small ass room in the subway.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Oh, I don't really want to spoil it, but where was it? I was in a room with a treasure. I don't want to spoil it, but I can't not spoil it, basically.
Maybe I've already been there.
Yeah, but if I say, then you'll be spoiled if you haven't been there. So I don't really want to say, because I don't remember exactly where it was. I found a room with 2 treasure boxes in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was maybe in the subway area. I can't remember. It was fairly wide open, but you go down like wide stairs and there's like a treasure box here and then there's one in the middle of the room. Does that sound familiar?
Does not sound familiar. Okay.
I won't spoil it then. But it was a very interesting scene where I was just like, oh, you rascal. So, did I do anything else? No, I didn't go in the jukebox because it was getting kind of late by the time. Because I was like, I started streaming late last night because I accidentally napped for 5 hours. And I woke up at like 8-ish. So then by the time I had dinner, it was like 9 o'clock.
Yeah. So
I streamed at like 1 a.m.-ish, I think.
They tried to pop out a jump scare.
Okay.
In this level.
Which was
there was a floater guy in the elevator.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's right. I was like, I pressed the button and I'm like, oh, I'll look around a little bit. And then I hear from behind me like, and I was like, what the hell? So
I hate those floater guys.
Yeah.
I need to increase the damage of my gun because they take so many hits.
I just throw. That's all I do.
Yeah,
throw.
Well, that's what I've been throwing. But when I'm out of energy, I'm like, oh god.
I have lots of energy because I think I have 2 efficiency mods equipped to my body.
I've got 1 extra energy mod efficiency.
The other thing too is like the I don't know how it is for PC, but on the Xbox, the loading screens are pretty fast. Like if I fast travel, it'll be like no loading screen.
Mm-hmm.
Or if there is a loading screen, it's like a second or 2.
Yeah.
And I never really get a chance to read because it'll say like a hint.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually got to read one and it was like, oh, there's like unique named mods in the game. And if you find one and deconstruct it, too bad. That's the only one. And I was like, there's unique mods? I haven't found a unique mod yet.
Yeah, me neither. I've just been deconstructing everything level 2 and lower.
Yeah. So apparently there's unique mods you can find. So keep an eye out for that. I haven't found one.
I was trying to think. I'm like, there's loading screens?
Yeah, it's usually like if I'll fast travel, it's literally, I'll be like, oh, I'm there. Like it doesn't even fade or anything. It's just like you choose the next location and you're there. In fact, the only time I have loading problems is when I go to look at the map. And the map will be black and it'll just have lists of the names and no map location. And then I'll have to wait a bit and then it'll like, all the like map will pop into the thing. So it's very weird that way.
Yeah. There was one little area where we had to like match the icon thing again on the screen.
Oh, I didn't do that. Ooh, Gesundheit. Oh my gosh.
Where was I to do this?
I don't know. Maybe it was an area I already did because I did do it earlier.
Oh, yes. No, I went and got the Dominate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, okay. So there was that there, and I was like, oh, great. There's a fuzzy screen that I'm supposed to be able to make out.
Oh,
I don't know what is with the textures, but they pop in and out as being good or not.
I'll notice it on Xbox, but it'll be another split-second thing where it'll cut to someone's face or whatever, and it'll be like low resolution for like a millisecond, and then it'd be like, boop.
Mine stays like that.
Yeah, that's weird.
If I'm like, maybe if the scene hasn't quite loaded in, like the textures haven't loaded in, but then it goes to cutscene.
Yeah.
The textures still aren't loaded and they don't load.
So I have noticed for loading screens, there's hidden loading screens. So the one I really noticed is if you go in the Panopticon, there's maybe the archive or something like that, and there's like a big door that opens. You go in, and then that door has to close, and then this door will open.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's a hidden loading screen because when I leave, I get to the far door, and it will remain closed for like 5-10 seconds, and then it'll open, and I'll be like walking back and forth to it like, why is it not triggering? And then all of a sudden it'll open. I'll be like, oh, it's a hidden loading screen.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to go back to like the start of the game and run everywhere because now I can like dash, I can fly. I got my spicy powers where I can like walk into fungus areas. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't seen. I got a level 6 key card now. So.
Yeah, that's top on my priority list is get that mushroom garbage sorted out.
Yeah. Go slow. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
I died a few times in there just because it's a treacherous area. Oh, and then
within enemies that shoot you with invisible heat-seeking garbage.
Basically. And that's the one where you have to fall down the elevator. It's really easy to get to. I'll tell you how to get to it. You go in research, has that spiral staircase all the way to the top, and Starling's office is at the top. Yeah. At the very bottom in the lobby, there's an open elevator shaft, and you'll know it's the right one because there's just mold all around the floor.
Yeah, I've been down there already.
Okay.
So I already can fast travel down there.
Oh, where did you get the fast travel?
There's a point down there.
Like past the trailer or whatever?
The trailer.
Because when you go down there,
you go into a bathroom.
Oh, there's one in the bathroom?
No, when you go down there, you should be in a bathroom, like at the very bottom of the elevator.
Because in that area, the first fast travel point I found was after I go into the trailer where Underhill is, and you go into the next area, you go around, and then there's a fast travel point up top. Maybe I missed one or something down there. I'll have to go look.
It's that fast travel point up top. I don't know where the trailer is because
maybe there was no fungal boys because you never talked to them.
I didn't have the mission, so that might not have spawned, right?
Oh, maybe.
So I might not have been able to go into that area
because you went there before you talked to Marshall or whatever. Oh wow! Look at this guy sequence breaking over here.
Right? And I did because that was where the pointer was for that particular quest I was on. Was like it's right here. So like, okay, good. I'm down here. Where the hell is it? It's like, oh no, it's all the way up.
That'll probably make that quest a lot easier for you to do. If you talk to Underhill and then fast travel past all the bad guys. You'll still have to kill them, but whatever.
Yeah.
Also down there is where I think the chair is. The hand chair, which was actually a little disturbing.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a chair, that's shaped like a hand.
Yeah.
But all the fingers are like moving like really weirdly. So it was a little weird there. Yeah. I don't think I did really anything else too much. I've almost maxed out my throw. I have one ability left to get.
That's the triple shot.
The triple shot.
Yeah, that's all I need as well.
I don't have that yet. But I've been recently leveling up my health.
I know. I'm just thinking like, man, I gotta upgrade up my health.
Yeah.
Because I die way too fast.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I'll like do a mission and be like, I get 3 ability points. It's like, yes. Excuse me. That's what I need. 3 ability points. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to go through and wrap up some more missions so I can get some more ability points.
Well, if you find where the stoplight is or the traffic light is, let me know.
Yeah.
Because I went all through the Panopticon and I just couldn't find it. Because I was like, oh, maybe it's in like the archive or whatever, because the red lantern was in the clocks.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I went everywhere in the Panopticon. Every floor, every area. I couldn't find it.
Huh.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. I will.
Bit of a pain.
I will let you know if I find it.
Cool.
Yes.
What a game.
What a game.
Lovely.
Yes. If you guys, it is a game club. If you guys out there listening along want to play along, please do so. Like I said before, the Discord link is down below, and you can also join us live in chat, twitch.tv/StreamVoidPod.
Yes, please.
And that is going to bring us to the end of this podcast.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. If you liked what you heard, and I know that you did, then make sure you leave us a like, a thumbs up, a review. Share us with a friend.
Yes, please.
Do it.
Do all that stuff.
Yes. And patreon.com/StreamVoidPod if you want to support us monetarily with your hard-earned dollar dues.
Please do.
Please do. And with that being said, we'll see you guys again in 1 week's time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.